summer is, for me, all about restoring history. I'm heading to Salt Lake City on July 17th for something I call the American Revival. We've done 2 or 3 of these, and they have been sold out. Tickets are available in Salt Lake City, and it is a day that you will not forget. It will restore your faith, hope, and charity in your own life. It is, warning, 7 hours long. It's an all-day Saturday event. You don't want to miss it. I think this is the last one that we will be doing. I'm bringing David Barton and a bunch of friends, including the Judge Napolitano. Go to GlennBeckTours.com for tickets. All right, I want to apologize for the sensational topic I'm about to bring you, but it's Sweeps Week, so here it is. The 17th Amendment. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it, but just think of the 17th Amendment in like a cheerleader's outfit. Since 1913, voters have elected their senators. Why? Do you even know? Do you know that the framers didn't want that? James Madison originally said, no. Senators were chosen by the state legislature, not directly voted by you. Why did this change? And gee, who is president in 1913? Oh, yeah, Woodrow Wilson. Going against the founders. That is so weird. I wonder why he would change the 17th Amendment. Why? And why is no one talking about this? I know it's happened over 100 years ago, or just about 100 years ago, but the progressives took it and changed the Constitution for a reason. They knew it would destroy the states, and it has. It could be the most important conversation our country could have. The meaning and the elimination of the 17th Amendment. Bone up on it, and then join me here on Friday. I'm surprised 4 people even watch this show. Now, let me ask you this question. What did your priest or rabbi talk about in their sermon over the weekend? I will bet you that there was really a much better chance that people in America could have told me what their priest or their rabbi talked about on the sermon the Sunday after September 11th. But what about this weekend? How about our politicians? Our politicians are right now looking in the eyes, a global financial bloodbath. And is there any politician, other than Chris Christie from New Jersey, who I strangely find his words almost like conservative eroticism, is there anybody out there that is saying anything remotely resembling common sense and actually means it? I showed you our last segment how our debt is bigger than our national GDP. We're spending $14.5 billion on the census. The last census cost us $4.5 billion. I was trying to figure out how to bring this. This is a tough show to do. It really is. Nobody's ever done a show like this before. And it's tough to do. I'm bluffing. I asked that you would pray for clarity for me. Last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. And I thought about this phrase. You remember the TV show The Match Game? Where they had to fill in the blank? Restore blank and restore our country. I want to just put in some of the answers here. These are the answers that we've been getting from our politicians. Restore liquidity and restore our country. How about this one? Restore our banking system and restore our country. Restore regulation. Does that feel right? Do any of these feel right? Restore our energy and restore our country. I love this one. Restore our spending and restore our country. Do any of those feel right to you? Martin Luther King talked about, how much time do I have? Martin Luther King talked about if you would compare, if you would look at things and you look at them side by side, he trusted the American people that they would make the right decision. Same thing with Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson talked about how, he knew that people would make the right decision. They may not make the wrong decision in the short run, but in the long term, they would figure it out. Do any of these feel right to you? How about this one? Restore our history and restore our country. Does that feel right? Restore common sense and restore our country. Restore our Constitution and restore our country. Restore our families and restore our country. Restore God and restore our country. America, it comes down to this. This is what Washington and the rest of the world is telling you will fix our country. They're actually telling you that it'll transform our country, and I believe that. But if you don't want to transform it, if you kind of liked what we had, but you knew it was, corrupt and bad, do any of these feel right to you? Which makes more sense? More regulation or more common sense? More spending or more God? If you think that spending and regulations are the answer, well, then I guess it's just about which politicians are in power. It's out of your hands. Go vote for them. Your only say during the elections is which one gets it. And then that's it, because they'll take care of everything else. But if you believe these are the answers that are correct, then the responsibility lies on your shoulders. I can't tell you how many people I have talked to that are African American, and they say, why wasn't I taught the truth on history? Why? Goes back to Woodrow Wilson. It's on your shoulders. If you want to restore the country, you must take it upon yourself to learn and relearn history. You have got to get reacquainted with things like the Constitution. That's what the show is all about, history. And on Friday, the Constitution, the 17th Amendment. What our founders said was crucial. Find out why Woodrow Wilson and the progressives knew that it would kill the states. You must take it upon yourself. Restore your family, restore God, restore the Constitution, and restore history. We'll be back in a minute. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot of great stuff. I'm just saying, other people show up on time. Maybe you should be DVRing the show. Seriously. I've been telling you about the financial collapse, which isn't really new, but today was kind of extra spooky. The unrest in Europe. And by the way, I think Brett Baer is going to join in on the spookiness after the top of the hour. The unrest in Europe, and that the real answer is right here in America, and it is to restore honor in our country. It's time to take a pledge from our parents and our grandparents and learn to live within our means. What are we, 12? Stop spending our way into oblivion. Stop expecting the government to solve problems when they're the ones usually creating them. Let me tell you something. My grandfather and my father said, we don't take handouts from the government. I don't. I never have. I hope to God I never will. If my children are starving, I will. But not for me. Make that pledge yourself. Don't become a slave to them. Now, I want to go back to something that just happened. Today, we lost an American icon on the front row of the White House press room. Helen Thomas has retired. She wasn't asked to leave. No. She retired. After letting us know how she really felt about Israel and them Jews.
Any comments on Israel? We're asking everybody today. Any comments
Tell them
on
to
Israel?
get the hell out of Palestine.
Ooh. Any better comments?
Helen is one. Remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land. It's not German, it's not Poland.
So where should they go? What should they do?
They go home.
Where's the home?
Poland.
So the Jews,
Germany.
You think Jews go back to Poland and Germany?
And America and everywhere else.
Maybe they could go back to Russia because they had such a great experience there. I'm sure they'd be dying to go back. Maybe literally dying to go back. She issued an apology. I deeply regret my comments I made last week regarding the Israelis and the Palestinians. They don't reflect my heartfelt belief that peace will come to the Middle East only when all parties recognize the need for mutual respect and tolerance. Tell them to get the hell out of Israel. May that day soon come. Mutual respect and tolerance. A far cry from go back to Germany or Poland, but I'd like to couple that lovely piece of audio with another lovely piece of audio from the Israeli Defense Forces and the approaching Free Gaza flotilla last week. Listen to this.
This is the Israeli Navy. You are approaching an area which is under a naval blockade. Set up. go back to Auschwitz.
We have permission from the Gaza port authorities to enter.
Was helping Arabs going against the U.S. Don't forget 9/11, guys.
Shut up and go back to Auschwitz. I've told you on this program before, the old hatred is going to come back. The fact is, it always does. When capitalism is made the scapegoat for everything that is going south, when capitalism is blamed for us living beyond our means, well, then you have to start lashing out and finding the evil rich, the capitalist, the Jew, the banker, anyone with wealth. Take it from the rich and give it to the poor. It's the Robin Hood story.